Hi, welcome back to Good Job Mom. Today I'm going to talk to you about a topic that was actually suggested from one of Good Job Mom's followers, Sarah. Hey girl! Sarah, thank you so much for submitting a topic. I'm very excited about this one in particular. It happens to be about keeping the spark alive with young kids. Now, I am no relationship guru. My husband and I adore each other, absolutely, but there are times when we just kind of like each other or something, but kind of. You know what I'm saying? But overall, we love each other and we do have a spark, and I'm really thankful that we've been able to kind of like keep it alive. I actually asked him once I got this topic, I was like, hey, how do you think we keep the spark alive? Like, just wondering so that I don't forget anything as I'm jotting ideas down. And he said the kids have a bedtime. They have a solid 7 p.m. bedtime. I was like, you know what? That plays a huge part. And as I was kind of like just thinking this through and what I was going to tell you guys, the kids having a solid bedtime really helps with our relationship. Our kids go to bed around 7 p.m. every night, like give or take. I try to get them down a little bit earlier, but the struggle is real. Okay, the struggle is real. The kids basically get down between 7 and 8 p.m. and that gives us time to do something on our own. We get to decompress either together or separately. He might hop on 2K. He loves playing NBA 2K. I love catching up on my shows or just scrolling mindlessly through social media. But that gives us time to kind of just like decompress and have our alone time. And then we come back to each other recharged. So I think that's really important with keeping the spark alive. It's hard to keep anything alive if you are not getting some time to recharge yourself. The bedtime plays a huge role in that. I think another way that we keep the spark alive is we're just always mindful of each other. We're always thinking of each other. So that looks like when we're scrolling through Netflix or Hulu and we come across a series, we're automatically just thinking like, hey, would Antoine like this? Or he's like, would Whitney like this? Okay, I think this would be something good to watch together. And so we get into shows that like we love. We recently just finished Lock and Key. I was having a really hard time falling asleep while we watched a lot of them. But you know, he stayed strong. Okay, he didn't watch any of them without me. I love you, baby. Thank you for that. He didn't watch any of them without me. He would stop it once I go to sleep, or maybe he'd finish that episode, but then he'd rewatch the parts that I missed so that then we could keep moving forward. So, you know, we're just always keeping each other in mind. I grab him coffee or I grab him lunch when I'm out. I think it's these like small acts of service. Our washer and dryer are downstairs in our basement. So if I know that he needs a new tank top and a pair of boxers after he gets out of the shower, I'll run down and I'll grab that for him and bring it back up. Since I stay at home with the kids, I can really be at my limit sometimes. So if we go out to dinner, especially on the cruise that we just went on, he is like super hands-on and just kind of taking care of Zuri specifically because she's a really like hard one to handle at dinner. So he'll just kind of take the reins with that so that I can have a hands-off dinner and just chill. It's these little things of just like serving each other that really helps with keeping the spark alive. Putting our kids down at a decent time so that we have time for ourselves and time for each other, and then also just thinking of each other. How can we serve each other? I don't mean like serve like you're waiting on your partner hand and foot. That's not what I mean. I just mean if you're out and you're getting yourself some coffee, maybe your partner wants some coffee, so grab them a coffee, surprise them with that. Or like I said, Antoine being really hands-on when we go out to dinner. If the dishes need to be done, doing that. These things that seem like little things, they add up and they just really help the overall attitude between spouses. We also try to get in date night. Date night looks a lot different now that we are living in Maryland and we don't have family. We do have friends and we have found a great sitter that we trust and we love her, but we have to pay that sitter. So it's not like my mom who I could call up and be like, hey girl, can you watch the kids? Can they spend the night? When we lived in Florida, we went on date nights like weekly. We did things together and we did things that we loved together. We went out to dinner, we went out for happy hour, we went out for karaoke, something that we both love. That's something else that I would suggest. What do you guys love? Find that and spend some time doing it together. Now it looks a little different. We do a date night here and there. We get dressed up. We look really hot. We stay off of our phones and we focus in on each other. And we really also stay positive with our conversations. And that doesn't mean that we're not talking about hard topics. You know, we talk about us. I don't know that we intentionally try not to talk about the kids, but we don't. We talk about our goals, what we want in life. Also, like I said, it looks a lot different here. My husband is off on Fridays now. So AJ is actually in school on Friday and we do like coffee date or lunch date, breakfast date, and we only have one of the kids. It makes it a lot easier to focus on each other. I would definitely say get in those date nights if you're able to, and if you're not able to, find a way. If you gotta plop your kids in a stroller and you guys take a walk around the block and just take that time to chat, do that. Get out on your porch, have some coffee together. You can find ways to be creative. We also have taken the love language test, and actually I think we're due to take it again. We've taken it a couple times, so if you've already taken that, take it again, find out the results. That is a really great way to find out how your partner needs to be loved. When you are loving your partner the way they need to be loved, not the way you need to be loved, it also helps keep the spark alive because they feel valid, they feel seen by you, and that's important. We also talk a lot, and I really feel like this is probably one of the keys. Definitely the bedtime for the kids, and then also the fact that we share pretty much everything with each other. Another thing that I truly believe in is building that intimacy with one another. That helps to keep the spark alive. And I don't mean just like intimacy in the bedroom. I mean emotional intimacy. So we personally talk about everything. We're vulnerable with one another. We don't hold anything back about what's going on in our minds, what's going on in our, personal lives outside of one another, like our relationships with other people or our doubts or our dreams. We communicate those things. That builds intimacy, and that intimacy is what is going to keep that spark alive, to be honest. Another thing that I do, and this is super important, whether that intimacy is there or it isn't there, I pray on that every day. I pray that the intimacy between us is strengthened and that it grows more than it's already at. And so I'd encourage you to do that too, to pray for the intimacy between you and your partner to grow and to be strengthened, because God wants your marriage to work. He wants it not just to work, but he wants it to flourish. If you have any tips or tricks on how you keep the spark alive between you and your partner, please drop it in the comments below. Also, if you have a topic idea, if you have something that you want me to discuss, please also drop that below. I would love to hear what you want to hear from me. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to share this video with your friends, like and comment, and please make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for being here with me.